G'day folks. Well, another dripping wet day. It still hasn't officially stopped raining. Well, the sun hasn't come out in about 4 or 5 days now. The Hitachi's sinking deeper by the day, unfortunately. I'll have to try and rescue that York sitting on top. And I've got another sopping wet trailer load of air conditioning scrap to play with. A little baby Mitsubishi unit. Well, it's actually not much of a baby, it's actually very heavy. I think Brad's got one the same. It's a 22EB A2. It's been dropped upside down, and the compressor's pushed all this up. It's bent the discharge line, it's bent the suction line, but it hasn't kinked or cracked anything as far as I can tell. Just up in there I'm concerned it might actually be cracked up there. There's no oil though, so hopefully it's still holding charge. But that'd be a good candidate, since there's no front panel or back cover. It'd be a good candidate for the super microwave project, because the little one attached to that is complete. I've got the casing and the front panel for it, so I don't really want to ruin it doing this. And I'm still getting water in here. Oh well, it'll dry out one day. And for now, I'm going to find a home for all this stuff somewhere around here. Probably on the ground. Out of the way. A little air handler. It's only a baby one, the Mitsubishi. You should seal them up. Just came out of service, but it's got moisture in it now. From this unit here, which is a what capacity? It's 3.4 kilowatts. It's not enormous. A little coil in it. 2 blowers or 3. I think it's actually got 3 DC blowers in it. Variable speed blowers. Another Fujitsu inverter. It's probably about the 15th one I've had so far. They always seem to shit the inverter power modules or the compressors. This is interesting stuff. I've got an old American style Lennox. You don't see these American style condensers in Australia very often at all. Maybe in some areas they might, but they were never officially sold in large quantities down here. That's what a lot of American techs comment on. We're always using these mini splits. The back one, you back up to a wall. But these old square chunky American condensers, you just don't see many of them. It's not rusted out, which is good. Don't know if the compressor's any good. It was upside down when I found it. So I'm guessing there's oil in places it shouldn't be. Yeah. That's a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries indoor unit. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries quality is it's quite inferior compared with Mitsubishi Electric. Don't be fooled by the two. Heavy Industries is a cheap, farmed out manufacturing for Mitsubishi. I think they're made in China or Malaysia or somewhere like that, whereas most of the new Mitsubishi Electric stuff's still made in Japan, or at least made under license in other countries under strict quality control. That's just another Fujitsu. Busted the front panel up. That's an Armorflex, lagging my hydronic system, and that's that coil again. That's the evaporator for that one, for the Lennox. And it's raining harder now. Well, that'll do for now. Let's get this one out of the way. It's an old, well not so old, Fujitsu General heat pump / air conditioner, reverse cycle in Australian slang. It's an AMT13RAM-W. Single phase obviously, 3.5 kilowatts cooling, 3.75 heating, R22, 7 amps running current or maximum current. Horribly dirty. I don't imagine it was doing much good if it was working, or it might have just blown the compressor and cooked it. Condenser coil isn't too dirty though, so might still be good. The multimeter batteries are stuffed, so I'm not going to put the probes across the lead and see if it's short to earth anyway. I'm just going to plug it in and see what happens. The safety switch will go pop if I find it's got an earth leakage short. And for once it has a good thermostat. These old Fujitsus have a habit of killing their thermostat so they just die. You wind it all the way to maximum and you don't even get anything out of it. So that one's quite good actually. It's within range. It's probably about 28 degrees and super humid out here. So I'll start on fan high. Yeah, fan's working. that's the start. Started in cool, high power I suppose. Super quiet, it's like low fan, cookie compressor kind of function, so we'll put it on high like normal. Not bad. Compressor started and it's going quiet, not rattly. No, that's right. We still have refrigerant in there, despite the trauma that it went through getting dumped in the steel pile. It's done all that, hasn't pierced or crushed the tube. Oh, and we're thawing out. We've still got a full charge. I pulled this out of the steel pile at the scrapyard. I thought it was wrecked. The excavator had already had its way with everything else, but somebody must have just tossed it in on top. It's got a few dents in the outer casing, which was still on it. The only reason it survived was the outer case was still on it. Otherwise it probably would have knocked the lines off and that'd be the end of it. Yeah, it's a suction line. That's working. Working. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Needs a good clean though. That coil's horrible. Yeah, it's working. We'll give it a minute. Yeah, it seems to be happy. Sort of. Got subcooling back to the compressor almost immediately. Hence the blocked coil, probably coated in nicotine tar and other crap. And these lines still haven't defrosted, but it's the wrong day to test it on. It's coolish or warm and humid as hell, and the coil's probably only at 50% working capacity, so once I clean it that'll defrost properly. So I'm giving it a pass for now. I'll give it a full clean up and try it on a really hot day, then I'll give it a full pass. Alright, that one stays in the keep pile. Thanks for watching. Oh, I figured I'd better bring it inside and dry the electrics out a bit. I didn't realise it was draining down onto this pan and into the box. I'm going to have to pull all this apart and dry it out. Not bad though. Reasonably clean. It still smells mouldy though. It's got this really nasty old smell to it. And some of that crap didn't even come off the coils. I've hit it twice with coil cleaner and it's still got this deposits of shit on them. I'm going to have to use a weak condenser cleaner to get rid of that. Yeah, for now it should work as a dehumidifier. Even the condenser coil smells old, mouldy. Not the healthiest of units, but it'll work. A bit of water still coming out of it. Well, I think it's been raining for about 72 hours now. Every now and then we get a break and it'll just spit for a while. I think we had one decent break about 48 hours ago and that was about it. It's just been spitting and then randomly pouring with rain. Everything's wet, the ground's getting softer, that unit's fallen in. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. No water in here apart from a minor roof leak, and that's about it. The wet patch on the carpet. Just finishing off this thing and we'll run it as a dehumidifier. Thermostat works. Even this sort of solid state microprocessor controlled. I assume it's a defrost control board or something being a heat pump. It's a bit overkill for a window air conditioner. We just need a mechanical defrost switch or a timer or something like the old Kelvinators used to have. And of course water's gotten down in here while I'm cleaning it. It's across the live and neutral. So as soon as I plug this thing in the safety switch would have gone off. Not very good. But that's only because I washed it. It wouldn't naturally get in there. Yeah, it's all down there. Not the best to hose out anyway. At least I can pull the electrics box out, which I probably should have done to begin with. That and an earth wire. Yeah, so this thing can go another round of cleaning and just get this styrofoam bottom thing out, take the fan off and hose the condensate tray out, because that goes underneath that styrofoam inlay. Oh, then again the coil's sitting on it, so I can't take it out. It's part of the condensate pan. But yeah, it does need another bit more of a clean. It's probably why it still smells mouldy. So many dead bugs and things trapped underneath. Not what I'd call the best unit, but if it works, it works. I'll keep it running. Well, this thing seems to have settled in quite nicely. Making a lot of condensate, although the fan's keeping it away from the drain. Just blowing it around. Not much point in that. But, it's working well. The lines have defrosted. Very high temperature coming off the compressor. Like, you can't even hold your hand on that. Definitely subcooling coming back to the compressor, or subcooling for the compressor. It's returned suction gas. So, yeah, the accumulator's not catching liquid, but it's still cold and sweaty, so I'll be happy with that. Lukewarm at the bottom and very hot at the top. It's not too bad. Discharge air could be colder, but we're recirculating everything, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that'll do. Just let it sit there and catch condensation. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.